Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to our Pinecar Derby event. It is going to be a spectacular show. My name is Gordo.
And I'm Danny.
And we are going to be your sports hosts tonight. And I hope you guys are sitting on the edge of your seat because this is high-octane action coming at you. And we are very excited for the races to come.
Yes, and, to start off the very first race, we will go over to our Eye in the Sky, and he'll give us the rundown on what's happening on the track.
All right, up to the helicopter.
As you guys can see, we are flying over the track right now, getting a nice aerial view of everything that is going on down there. As you can see, the racers are all at the top of the track, ready to go. The seeds have been sown, and they're all lined up, ready to race. Today is going to be a very exciting day of racing. Let's take a swoop down in towards the track and see who we have collected at the bottom of the track. Wow, I see a lot of celebrity judges or fans out there here to see the racing. I think I saw the Hulk, maybe even some of the Fantastic Four, some X-Men. I don't know. It all happened so quickly, but I'm sure they're going to enjoy the races as much as I am. This is a very exciting day. The track looks amazing, and let's get to those races. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, the Eye in the Sky. That is quite the track we have out there. That is, and quite a few distinguished celebrities. They have come out for the very first VMC track race, and we seem to have quite the audience down there, and we are looking forward to your eye view and seeing what you see up there. That is great. But without further ado, I'll hand it over to my co-host and see what he has to say.
So it looks like we have scored some interviews with some of the celebrities that have attended. So that's very exciting. We will have to pass it over to our Eye in the Sky that is now on the ground to interview with those celebrity superheroes.
Well, over to him. Let's get their opinions on what they think of this race.
All right, thanks guys for setting me up. We are down here on the side of the track, ready to interview some of the guests that are here waiting to watch the races. So up first, we have a clone trooper, it looks like. So, excuse me, sir, can you answer a couple questions?
No, I'm busy.
He seems to be busy. What brings you here, sir?
Just looking for clankers.
All right. I don't think you're going to find any clankers here, but...
They look very robotic to me.
All right. Let's see if we can find somebody else to interview. All right, I think I found our next person to interview, and it's a crowd favorite, Spider-Man. So, hey, Spider-Man, can I get a couple questions from you?
Oh, hey, man, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. We are here interviewing some viewers who are ready to watch the races. So, what is your prediction for the races ahead?
Oh, I expect a lot of excitement, man. I'm so excited. Yeah!
Awesome. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoy yourself, and I guess just watch the race. There's not much else to do here, so I hope you enjoy the race.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, I have found my next interviewee, and it is the Hulk, but he's been through some radiation, so now he's the Gray Hulk, which is actually his original colors in the comic books, if you guys didn't know that back there. So let's go and interview the Hulk.
Hulk smash!
He's not a man of very many words. Mr. Hulk, can you answer some questions for us?
Hulk smash!
I'm guessing he's not very literate, considering he's just saying the same things over again. So we're going to move on to our next interview. All right, our next interviewee is coming from his own university of sorts. We have Professor X here. So let's go talk to Professor Xavier. Professor, can I get a couple questions with you?
Of course.
All right. So, what are your predictions of the race here today?
Well, looking at the aerodynamics and the many different lineups of the cars, I'm gonna have a few predictions of myself, but I am not going to share them here to tip the races in anybody's favor.
Very interesting. Okay. Hopefully, you don't use your telekinesis to move any of those cars to further your bets. But do you have anybody that's your favorite currently today?
Well, I do like the squeaker. He has it is very unique.
That's the mouse, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoy your time here at the races, and we will catch up with you later.
I'm going to get a chili dog.
All right. Professor X is going to get a chili dog. All right. We are here with our last interview subject, and it is Batman from Gotham City. So, Batman, what are you most excited for today?
I'm Batman.
That doesn't answer my question, but let's go on to our next question. Do you have any predictions for who's going to win today?
I am the Knight.
Again, not very helpful, but I'm assuming his predictions would be the Batmobiles. Hopefully they do well in his favor. Otherwise, we could be in some serious issues here. That is the end of our interview period, so we're going to pass it back over to the boys up in the booth, and hopefully you guys enjoy the races. See ya.
Well, thank you very much. That was very, very attentive and great to hear what kind of what their predictions are, the celebrities, and we'll see if they're right. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But now we are on to our weight, our how much these cars weigh, and these are going to be the determining factors on who wins. A big determining factor. So, without further ado, I hand it over to my co-host, and he will say the names and the ounces of the cars.
All right. So up first, we have Steph's car coming in at a whopping 5 ounces. That is very impressive. That is the top of the scale. If you went over 5 ounces, you wouldn't be able to race, but she stuck within that 5 ounces, and it's very good.
Yes.
Next up, we have Will coming in at 5 ounces as well. So again, hitting that top threshold, very exciting. Yeah, hopefully there's some good racing there between the siblings.
Yes, a sibling rival.
There's a lot of sibling rivalries that'll go on today.
I think so.
Next up, we have Matthias coming in with 4 ounces. Well, 4 3/4 ounces. So pretty close. But you know, that front scoop of his bulldozer could act as a nice wind shear to just glide down the track.
A lot of aerodynamic there.
Very good. All right. Next up, we have Sarah, who comes in at 3 ounces and a quarter. Very interesting design. She named her car the Squeaker. Pretty interesting. It's designed to look like a mouse, and hopefully you guys will see that better in the actual race. This picture doesn't show it very well, but
I do believe mouses are quite fast, so we'll see if she takes the top spot out there.
they are very, very quick on their feet.
Yes.
Next up, we have Heidi coming in with Flower Power. That's what she named her car. Very aptly named. As you can see, there is flowers all over that car. And hopefully with only 3 ounces and a quarter. She will also be able to contend with those heavier cars,
Yes, we'll see. We'll
but only
see.
time will tell.
Yes.
Next up, we have Isaac coming in with the Green Army Tank, weighing in at a whopping 4 ounces and 3 quarters. So
Quite a bit heavier than Flower Power, so...
same weight as we had Matthias come in at, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll be neck and neck, but
We'll see. But that front turret may have a problem with the aerodynamics.
it's
so
possible, yeah.
We'll see if he takes the lead with this car.
Very interesting. Okay, again, coming in at 4 ounces and 3 quarters, we have James with the Troop Transporter. Very, very unique design. I enjoy it myself. But,
I think this is my favorite. I quite like this. A lot of effort has been put into the front and the side and just how those stacks. They have 2 of them, so that is quite something.
Wow. All right, very, very cool car there, and hopefully that weight helps. Next, we have Isaiah coming in at 1 ounce and a quarter. Now, I believe this is our lightest car on the track today. Hopefully that's not a detriment, and that he is able to continue to race in the big leagues with these heavier set cars.
Those wheels also look very low there, Gord, so I don't know.
He does look like a low rider.
So we'll see if he clears the track.
Next up, we have Zoe coming in at 2 ounces and a quarter, just a little bit heavier than her brother. Another sibling rivalry coming in.
Oh my.
Very exciting. And it looks like her car is, again, low set. Hopefully that doesn't come into play.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll play it by ear as we see things come on the track. All right, next up we have Zeke, another sibling of Isaiah and Zoe. And he comes in at 3 ounces, so he's heavier than his siblings.
He is heavier, so we'll see if he takes the lead over the siblings.
But it does, again, look like their cars are lower set to the ground. They are hugging that ground real tight. And it could be an advantage if they have that nice pull.
Yes, and a less draft under there could help, but we'll see.
Yes. Only time will tell. And hopefully they are able to race no problem. Next up, we have a 3D printed Batmobile. It looks pretty awesome. It was submitted by Steph and Will's father, Matt, and he didn't know this was going to be raced today, and we're going to put it in the race and see how it does, and it comes in at 2 ounces and 7/8. So
we'll see if this gets far, Gord, because I'm not sure if it has the potential to take the lead.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competitors out there. It does look nice, but
it does.
We'll see if that weight is quite a bit of a detriment to his run.
It is, yeah. So next up we have my personal favorite car in the race. It looks like it might be a Batmobile too. I can't quite tell. If only they had added another bat symbol, if that's what they're going for, it might be easier to tell what it is. I can only speculate that there's somewhere else on the car there is a bat symbol, but we'll from where we see right now, we can't see a whole lot. So this car is coming in at 3 ounces and 3/8, so it's in the average middle ground.
It's in the middling plateau there, but there may be a bit of favoritism out there on the track. We'll see.
Maybe. Although it does seem that the back wheel on that car is a little off kilter.
Wow,
Look at
that is
way off.
Well, we'll have to see if that comes into play there, Gordon.
I have a feeling it's gonna hurt that car's ability to get down the track.
I think so.
So, that being said, we had our beautiful bracket, and we'll throw it up on the screen for you guys to check out. This thing is a monster. We have a total of 22 races to get through today. 22.
22. So we are going to be here late tonight.
We certainly are.
After you. Thank you. Well, so we have The blue side is the winning side. That is who will move on and who has run the race. The red side is they have lost their race and they have moved down to a lower bracket. But they are still in the race. They are not finished. They could and potentially get second place.
So the whole idea with this bracket is right off the bat, after our preliminary runs, which we'll get to right after this. After our preliminary runs, we will have different seeds. So that's where you will be put into the bracket. So the very top seed there, that'll be number 1. And then you notice there's a gap. There's nobody to face that first bracket. And that's because the top 4 seeds automatically move on to the next round. They don't have to do any racing in the first round because they are the top seeds. So we move down the list, and again, anywhere you see that gap is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the following 5 through 12 seated there nicely. And yeah, so as you win, you move up. If you lose, you go down to the lower bracket in the red there, which is the danger zone. Because if you lose in the lower bracket, you're out, you're eliminated, and that's where your car stays. And hopefully it goes as planned, and there's not too many mishaps while we're racing. So without further ado, let's roll into those preliminary clips, and we'll get the bracket set up for us.
There we have our celebrities. They are waiting in anticipation for these racers, and we'll have to see if they perform in a good way.
All right, so we are at the first of our preliminaries, and it looks like we have Will, James, and Gord on the track racing down with their cars. So let's see who comes first, second, and third.
Let's take a look.
In the preliminaries. All right, coming down the track, we got Will in first, James in second, and Gord.
Never finished the track. Well, that may be a problem in the future.
Yeah, that's a rough finish right there, but it is what it is.
It may have been because of that off-kilter wheel.
It's very possible.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
That comes into play in the future races.
All right, next up we have Steph, Heidi, and Zoe. And they're coming down the track. Steph is a clear lead with Heidi in second. And Zoe...
it does not appear.
She appears to have left the racetrack.
Oh.
I'm not sure where she went for. Maybe she went to go get a chili dog or something and forgot that the race was going on.
I could go for a chili dog right now.
Well, we'll find out in the future. Next up in our preliminary rounds, we have Matthias, Isaac, and Sarah coming down the track. And it looks like Matthias with a definitive lead, followed by Isaac, then Sarah.
With the squeaker.
The squeaker. I think those big ears are slowing her down a little bit, but
perhaps.
It is what it is. All right, next we have Isaiah, Zeke, and the 3D printed model, and
we'll see if that 3D printed model comes into play now.
It appears all 3 of them decided to go for chili dogs, as
that is really unfortunate. Because,
none of them made it to the end of the track, it would appear.
No.
So, yeah, with that being said, that is the first round of our preliminaries. That sets up first, second, and third groupings. So depending who you raced, you got put into either 1, 2, or 3. And yeah, this next set of races will determine where you stand within your original group. So if you got first in the first round, that means you were in group 1, and that's a guaranteed first seed. So you were either in the first 4 seeds, and from there it goes down. So the next race we have here is with Steph, Matthias, and Will as our top 3 seeds. And let's see, coming down the track real fast, we have a leader with Steph, followed closely by Matthias, and it looks
really
like
have to slow down the camera there.
We do. It looks like Will.
Oh, he's going off to Neverland, I think there, and
He's doing his own thing.
He's doing his own thing, but he comes third in that race.
He does. So then, we move on to the next race. That means that we have 2 more people in the top slots, which would be Will, who's in 3rd seed right now, and Isaiah, who could take the 3rd seed slot. So let's just see what happens here. And it looks like Will definitively takes the seed, and Isaiah
does not appear.
He seems to be out to get some chili dogs as well.
Man, we really need to get on that with our racers, because they are a hungry bunch.
Yeah, we need to enforce that racing comes first and chili dogs come second.
Yes.
All right. Our next race will showcase James, Isaac, and Heidi, which this will determine who's in seed 5, 6, and 7. So, in seed 5, we have, looks like James, then Isaac, and Heidi.
A very close race indeed.
All right. Very exciting, very exciting. Okay, and our final preliminary race, we have Sarah, Gord, and the 3D printed model. And it looks like we have a definitive winner in Sarah.
With the squeaker.
Followed by Gord, who finished the race this time.
He did finish the race, but that back end did not make it past.
It definitely did not. And the 3D printed model didn't even make it down the track. It looks like he's off getting some chili dogs too.
That is unfortunate.
We really need to crack down on this rule. No
Yeah.
chili dogs while you're racing.
That is very unfortunate.
So that's the end of our preliminary rounds, and we'll go over the order of our seeding. So, our first seed, who will be at the top of the bracket, we have Steph. And then our second seed, who will be a little bit further down so that he is skipping the initial first set. We have Matthias as our second seed. Then we have Will as our third seed, and Isaiah as our fourth seed. And then from there, we have, in order from 5 to 12, we have James, then Isaac, Heidi, Zeke, Sarah, Gord, the 3D printed, and then Zoe. Now, just remember, these seeds do not have any play in the actual races. They are just to figure out where I wanted to put them in the bracket.
Now this is really where the testing of the metal and these cars really come in, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we will figure out who is the winner of this year's race. So without further ado, we should start our races and see how this plays out.
All right, let's pass it over to the track and let's see how these races go. So there is our full bracket. You guys can see how it is. And let's watch these races. All right, these two cars are pretty neck and neck. It's a sibling rivalry right off the bat. But we do have a
Troop
definitive winner.
Transport does take the lead.
He definitely does. Wow.
Followed by the green tank. But that is not the end for these.
Nope.
Trust me, there is more to come.
So we have that troop transport moving forward into the next bracket. And we have the tank moving down to the lower bracket. He's not out, but he's on the fence there. All right, our next race, we have Flower Power by Heidi versus Zeke. Let's see how that unfolds. All right.
It does look like he's on the bit of an edge there, Gordon. It looks like that tire clearance is not faring well for him. So this is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. In the future, we'll have to invest in a better track so that more people are accommodaid. But
yes,
unfortunately, that low-riding car is grinding on the track.
We are very sorry.
And it looks as though
he makes it down the hill, but that's about it.
Yeah, he gets stuck and he is unable to continue.
That is unfortunate.
And Flower Power takes
the lead.
Definitive finish.
Yes.
There it is.
The celebrities are going wild.
Very exciting stuff. All right, so Flower Power moves forward.
Next up is the Squeaker, followed by the Batmobile made by Gordon.
Yeah. And yeah, let's see how this goes. It's pretty close off the start.
Let's head to our lower camera. Oh, it looks like the Squeaker takes the lead.
The Batmobile is wavering a little bit there. It's a little scary.
And
no.
and he just does not finish. He runs out of gas.
Man, he should have filled up
He
before
should have
going.
filled up.
Man, that's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
All right, so the Squeaker moves forward.
And the Batmobile follows the lower bracket.
Yes. All right, next up we have the 3D printed versus Zoe. And it looks like the track official had to also put Zoe's car up on an angle to try and see if they could go.
That ground clearance is really unfortunate for some of these races.
It is. It looks like Zoe's doing good. She's jumping tracks, though.
The track. She is...
comes to a dead finish, though.
That is unfortunate.
But it doesn't look like the Batmobile is going to finish either.
Oh, he
got further, so I guess he's going to move on. But unfortunately, neither of them did finish the track.
That is a very odd race we have there indeed.
So the 3D printed model is moving forward with...
that is quite surprising, seeing as he is quite light.
He is very light. And Zoe moving into the lower bracket. All right. Next we have the Troop Transporter versus Steph. And as you can see, in Steph's car, there is a Lego person.
Wow, I have imagined it is quite hard to steer that car with those hands.
It probably is. And if you look closely, there's a Santa hat on that Lego person.
Looking forward to Christmas. Very festive.
It also is a staple of Steph.
Is it?
Yeah, she apparently walks around with a Christmas hat on a lot, with a Santa Claus hat. So she has put herself into her own car.
Just a little bit of love shown by the racers there.
All right, let's see this race. It's neck and neck off the start.
But she pulls up in front. I think Steph...
she's taking a big lead.
And she jumps there at the end. Little celebratory jump there.
Very fast. Ripping down the track. Wow. All right, so Steph moves on, and the Troop Transporter moves down to the lower bracket. Okay. The lower bracket is filling up pretty quickly, and once we get to that, we will take a commercial break.
We will.
All right, up next we have Flower Power versus Matthias. And again, look, Matthias
has also put a Lego person in his car.
Yeah, it looks like a little Lego construction person to go with the bulldozer.
With
That's
a hard
pretty
hat.
cool.
Very interesting.
All right. And they're both going down the track. Looks neck and neck off the start.
But I think Matthias takes the lead on that one.
He definitely does. Wow.
Look at that.
Very fast.
Followed by Flower Power. Very, very, very impressive for Flower Power there. Better than I expected. So now we have Matthias moving forward and Flower Power moving down into the lower bracket. Next up is the 3D printed car with the Squeaker. Very interesting. But I don't think the 3D printed car does well here.
Definitely does not.
No, he does not. Does he finish? Unfortunately, he does not.
He does not even get to the halfway point.
No, that is very embarrassing for that car.
Yeah, he definitely did not fill up on his gas before leaving either.
He needs to get a better manager on his side.
Apparently. All right, so the Squeaker moves forward into the next bracket, and the 3D printed moves down into the lower bracket.
Down.
All right, one more race until the lower bracket is completely filled, and then we will take a commercial break. All right, so we have Will facing off against Isaiah.
Is that 3 CPO in his car?
C3PO?
Excuse my C3PO. There we go.
Yeah. I think your mic was.
I think
mixed
it's.
up there.
I need my commercial break.
All right, so we're gonna watch one more race before we get to that commercial break. But as you can see, we have our third and fourth seed race here. But as you can see,
Once
Isaiah
again, we
is
have
up on that angle.
We have that angle, so we'll see if he does well with that.
So they're racing. Oh, it looks like he fell between the tracks.
That is quite interesting.
It's not supposed to be where you race.
Oh, but he keeps going.
Will definitely takes the
Oh,
lead.
and we just see him at the end there.
That's unfortunate.
And Will just goes flying through that finish.
All right, so Will moves up in the bracket, and Isaiah moves down into the lower bracket to round us off nicely.
Now I think we are heading to the lower bracket after this.
And first, we have a message from our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
Oh, I'm so bored.
Well, hey, little boy.
What was that?
Well, hey, little boy. Are you tired of doing just pong? Are you bored?
Yeah.
Well, have I got a solution for you?
What is it?
Hi, my name is Gordon Nichols, and I work with Vineland Missionary Church. And we here at VMC pride ourselves on not being boring. And that's why I'm here today to talk to you about Trek Online. Trek Online is a weekly, hour-long experience that is so fun-filled, it keeps you laughing at our ridiculousness. Hey there, little boy. Have you seen Trek Online? You're in luck. Try Trek Online today. All right, and we are back from our message from our sponsor, and we will continue with the races, starting with what's next? Who's next
The
on the race?
Batmobile, I presume, and Flower Power.
It is indeed. So they are off. They are neck and neck to start again. Wow.
Let's go to our lower camera.
Oh.
My. Oh, derailment.
The Batmobile has lost control,
Oh, and we see him at the end there.
and Flower Power takes
Takes-
a definitive lead.
Takes the lead.
Wow. All right, she's moving forward.
That is very unfortunate.
Next up is Troop Transporter versus Zoe. And it looks like Zoe's
Oh,
having
oh,
issues swerving between
she-
tracks here.
She is not. She must be tired. Oh, and she does not make the end of that track.
That is unfortunate.
Troop Transport takes the lead.
Yep. All right, he's moving forward, and Zoe takes a step back with the Batmobile. Which, very interesting to note that the Batmobile was the first car eliminated.
That
Unfortunate.
is. My favoritism prediction was not right.
All right, we have the tank versus Isaiah, and it looks like neither one of them want to stay in their lane, and they're jumping the track.
My goodness, these races are feisty. Oh, and he goes off the track. Let's see what he does. Oh, and he crashes. That is, we must get a medic to him stat.
We'll make sure that those racers are okay,
Yeah.
and then we will go back to the race. But it looks like the officials have ruled that they need to re-race.
I would do that as well.
So they have now switched lanes, and they are going to race again. So let's see how that unfolds. All right.
To our
Looking
lower
good.
camera.
Oh, Isaiah leaves the track this
And
time.
he takes a hard left.
He is just going out into the boonies.
Man, and the green tank takes the lead.
Green tank. Nice. All right. The green tank is moving forward, and Isaiah is stepping back. Our next race has Zeke versus the 3D printed. Let's see how they do.
Oh, and she goes in between the tracks.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
They're both struggling.
that's to our lower camera. They both do not make it.
Does not look like either finished.
Let's
So,
go to our officials. Oh, they want to
They
re-race.
want another re-race. All right, let's see how this goes. They've switched sides again, and they're weaving. What do we got? Oh! The 3D printed got further,
But not far enough. but he will move on.
I think that's twice now that the 3D printed has moved on because he got a little bit further.
I think his luck will run out.
I think so. All right, on to the next race.
Oh, that is unfortunate. All our siblings at the end there. We are very sorry. That ground clearance will be addressed in the next year's race.
It certainly will. Hopefully that we can get everybody down the track.
In a fair race.
I mean, the unfortunate part about the Batmobile there is that its wheels were just not done right.
Not done.
I don't know who did the work there.
Those were rushed.
Oof. So
I think so.
I'm hoping that we can get those issues addressed for next year,
Yes.
but we'll see. So,
And
as it said, the 3D print is moving forward to the next round.
yes.
All right, so our next race is actually going to be in the winner's bracket. So we're moving back up to the top bracket, and we have Steph facing off against Matthias.
This is an interesting race. I am on the edge of my seat.
All right, let's get to the action. They are neck and neck.
Oh,
no!
and a crash. A crash, quite a bad one, I think.
Oh, he just started
He
tumbling.
spins.
Let's go back and watch that in replay.
Yeah. And they come down. Oh, and he takes a
He
tumble
is
off the side.
tumbling. Wow.
He didn't even make it to the bottom of the hill before he fell off.
Oh, and if you look, our camera shakes, which means he must have tumbled straight into our camera.
Or it was just the speed of that car going past. My goodness.
Oh no, I think he hit the camera. And there we go. Steph moves on, and unfortunately Matthias moves into the lower bracket.
That is a very unfortunate loss for him.
It is. Alright. But remember, just because you move into the lower bracket does not mean you're out. You are still in the race. You have to lose twice to be out.
You can get second place with that.
You can get first place with that.
That is true.
He could come back from the loser's bracket and take it
win.
all.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Will facing off against the Squeaker by Sarah. They look neck and neck off the start, but I think we have a definitive winner.
Yes, we do. Takes the lead at the end there.
Absolutely flying.
Wow.
I think that those big ears slowed down the mouse, but
Yeah, the celebrities down there got to be careful.
yeah, those cars are coming in real fast. All right, so now we have Will moving forward and Sarah moving down to the lower bracket. All right, our next race will put a little bit of sibling rivalry into this. We have Flower Power
Against
by
the
Heidi.
Against the True Transport by James.
Very exciting. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I think the Troop Transport takes the lead.
He definitely
He
does. Wow.
I think the weight really contributed to his speed at the end there.
It's not all about aerodynamics, apparently, because
It is not.
that heavy block just flew past.
The Flower Power, which I think is much more aerodynamic.
It definitely is. So that means that Troop Transporter is moving forward, and that means that Flower Power has been eliminated.
He must be carrying a lot of troops back there.
All right, next up we have the Green Army Tank by Isaac versus the 3D printed.
I will make a prediction here. I think the Green Army Tank will take the lead because if we've taken all the races in the past and put it against the 3D printed car, he has not made it to the end. So we'll see in this race if he gets eliminated.
All right, they're ripping down the track, and the tank takes a definitive lead right off the bat.
He does, and
Oh, he left the track.
he did.
Oh my. Oh, and he hit the camera a little bit.
My goodness! And is the celebrities okay?
Oh, he comes in. Oh no!
Oh my goodness! He
He's
takes
taking
out a
out-
security guard. We must take a medic to him stat.
We need to get the medics down there and verify that our security guard is all right. It does look, however, that the tank will move on to the next bracket. Unfortunate that our clone trooper did
that poor
take the
clone
hit.
trooper.
But that does eliminate the Batmobile as well.
But not to worry, there he is a clone, so we can get more.
We can replace him. Very replaceable. All right. On to the next race. We have the Troop Transporter,
Against the Squeaker.
and they're off to the races. And again, this is a sibling rivalry. They're going pretty
And
good.
the Troop Transport once again takes the lead by that weight class.
Look at that.
That Squeaker just didn't have a chance. I like the Squeaker, but I do like the Troop Transport a bit more.
So Troop Transporter will be moving on to the next bracket, and the Squeaker is eliminated. All right, our next race will pit the Green Army Tank against Matthias.
With his bulldozer.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, I do think Matthias takes the lead.
He definitely does. He pulls ahead there.
Wow, with
pretty
a
definitively.
roaring start and with a roaring finish.
So fast.
Very nice. And he takes the lead at the end there, and he moves on, Matthias.
All right. Again, we have a sibling rivalry. This time it is Will versus Steph. A very exciting sibling rivalry. Both of these contestants have won against 3 other
Countless
people.
opponents. But we'll see if whoever wins, hopefully they sleep well tonight, because I have a feeling the sibling might come after them.
It's true. All right. They're off to the races.
And I can't tell who wins at this.
They are neck and neck.
Wow.
Whew.
We might have to slow down the camera on this one.
Let's watch this in slow motion.
Oh.
And it's Will. Will takes the lead.
Just
right
by
in there.
a hair.
Wow. That is some intense racing, and Will moves on as the forerunner of the winner's bracket. Okay.
That is very... He is on top, but will he stay there?
So that means that Steph has now moved down into the lower bracket.
But
and,
she is not out of the race yet.
Most certainly not. All right. Let's roll on to our next race. We have Matthias versus the Troop Transporter.
I am keeping my fingers crossed for the Troop Transport.
All right, we'll send them in.
I do believe that Matthias has wind here.
He does. He's taken a big lead.
Oh my goodness, he roars past the finish and keeps going.
Wow. All right, so that means Matthias is going to be going up against Steph to see who will come up against Will in the end.
In the winner's bracket.
All right, here we go.
This is an interesting race. We'll see. Oh,
They are neck and neck. They are so close. Look how
I
fast they're
can't
going.
tell. Oh my goodness.
I think
That is one heck of a race.
that is a dead tie.
That is a dead tie. We have to redo that race.
There will be a second race, a re-race of that. This time they will switch sides of the track that they were on to make it fair, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Again, they are neck and neck, but it looks like Matthias stumbled a little bit there.
Oh, he does stumble. And oh my goodness, she takes the lead.
Steph blows him out of the water and
Well done, Steph.
pulls ahead. That means
Two siblings are against each other.
Exactly.
We do know that Steph has lost against Will here, but we will find out, if you get my drift, who wins this race.
Yes. So let's see between Will and Steph. Actually, I'm getting word right now. We have a commercial break once again.
We will be waiting in anticipation here after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Almond, founder and president of Nuthouse University, where we value crazy as much as we value education. We're found in Iqaluit, Nunavut. Are you interested in a degree in peanuts or a bachelor of historical farts? We even have some boring programs in journalism and culinary arts. But don't take it from me. Let's hear from some of our faculty.
Come to my class, and I will teach you all about nuts. But it is not just I, it is my assistant, Terry. Yes, very beautiful Terry. But, I must say one thing. Peanuts are not nuts, they are lagoons.
If you guys want to study the culinary arts, you come to see me, Chef Gordon Hamsley, and we'll play with the knives.
I am Sir Reginald Fartworthy, and I will teach you all about the historical farts of the British Empire. But, as you can see, from William the Conqueror to Queen Elizabeth II, nobody ever farted in the royal family.
All right, if you guys want to study journalism, you can come to my class with Gordy. And little do you guys know, I don't actually have a degree in journalism, but I am the professor of journalism because the people here are nutty.
Hey there, weather's my game and Ian's my name. I'm Professor Ian, the newest member of Nuthouse University. I'm Professor of Meteorology and all things weather. What is that? Oh, hey, what? Ah!
If you want to come study some esports, come see me, G Nix, and we'll get you a degree in esports.
If you are interested in taking any of these courses, don't hesitate to contact our office between the hours of 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. And remember, we'll get you crazy, but we'll also give you an education.
All right, and we are back with our finale race. We have watched currently 22 races. That's a lot of racing for today.
I am pumped.
And we are very excited with this finale as it pits two siblings against each other. We have Will and we have Steph. And their cars are very fast. They are flying down the track. And it was kind of to be expected because they both came in at 5 ounces exactly. That extra weight really helps.
Really pushed them ahead against the competition.
So let's just, without further ado, roll into the final race.
Let us see.
And see which car ends up in the winner's circle.
Take your wagers now, folks.
All right, they're off. It's neck and neck. It looks like Will stumbled a little bit. Ooh.
He did stumble.
But
he takes the lead with a roaring start. A bit of a stumble there, but he finishes off on top.
What a finish.
Well done, Will. You have won this year's race.
That is very exciting stuff.
I am impressed. But thank you to all the other racers. You are no means inferior to the winner. This is a well-planned race, and you are fantastic. Your fantastic cars look great, and they worked great. But we have, unfortunately, a loser and a winner, and this year is Will. So thank you to all the other racers, but next year you may come on top.
It's true. But reality is, it's not about the destination. It's the journey that you take.
It's a journey, and we have taken a very long journey with several delays, but we are here. We are very happy with how this race has gone. But next year we, of course, will get more ground clearance with those cars, and hopefully they may come on top next year.
All right. So, in first place, we have Will taking the lead. Very exciting. Followed by, in second place, Steph. Third place, Matthias. Fourth place, we have James. Fifth, we have Sarah, tied with Isaac. Sixth, we have Heidi, tied with the 3D printed model. And in seventh place, we have a four-way tie between Gord, Zoe, Isaiah, and Zeke. So that is our final standings on our races. Very exciting day of racing, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it at home.
I've got my fill for this year.
Hopefully we'll be back next year to comment on next year's races, and we'll show you guys a trophy.
Yes,
for the winner.
Will get a prize for his win today.
Certainly.
And not to say the trophy isn't enough, but he will get an extra prize for this win.
So without further ado, let's show that award ceremony and pass it over to them.
Get a few words from them.
Hi, I'm Almond, founder and president of Nuthouse University. It is my honor this year to announce the winner of our Pinecar Derby. Congratulations to Will Trussell, the undefeated champion of 2021. Will gets to have this awesome trophy displayed here at Vineland Missionary Church, along with this very cool customized water bottle. Congratulations to Will. Let's have a round of applause. Hi, I'm Almond, founder and president of Nuthouse University. I forgot what I was going to say. Do you value... We even have some programs in the normal realm. No, I was wrong, dude.
Normal sense or
I'll just...
Sector.
Yeah. Between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. I was going to say something else and I just lost it. If you're interested...
Queen Elizabeth II.
First to break wind.
Yeah! Professor of all things meteorology and... Oh, messed that up. Okay. I'm the professor of meteorology and... Meteorology. Sorry.